Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Sit Down. We're here with Ghaith. Ghaith, how are you doing? Good?
Yeah, good. I'm good.
Amazing. Ghaith is an entrepreneur and a business owner. He owns two businesses, Wish Restaurant and Lounge and Petrichor. Did I say it right?
Petrichor.
Petrichor Designs and Developments. Ghaith, we always kick off with your four mantras. What are your four mantras?
Family, structure, ambition, and result.
Amazing. Let's kick off with family.
Yeah.
Family is instrumental to a lot of people's lives, man. And like, how instrumental are they to you?
I would say first, I thought it was a bit cliche to say, okay, family is one of the four fundamental things. But then it is what changed my whole aspect of working and how to work in life. Before, so Petrichor, we started it 4 years ago. For 3 years, there wasn't much business going through it. The second that I directed it on and worked towards making a better life for me and my family, that's when it started to become successful. That's when I had a why. So I found my why, that was my why, and that's what I was doing it for. And that's when I started working, putting my head down and just seized every opportunity, because every opportunity that came, no matter what it was that one step closer to making my life and people's life around me much better. So that's why family is very fundamental, to be honest with you.
Amazing, man. And could you give us a little bit more detail on what is Petrichor Designs and Development?
So we are A to Z in construction. We do everything from interior design to planning permission to actually executing the job. So we have either investors that own a few properties, or we have first-time buyers, or we have people even sourcing properties that we can do because we have an off-market basis that we deal with as well. So it's from getting a property either under market value, refurbishing it and put it on the market again, or getting a property under market value, refurbishing it and getting a higher rental value as a long-term investment. So we do both things. Even first-time buyers, they want to refurb their house to their dream home, we also do that. Our interior design, obviously we've got an interior design team, and we could literally design houses and commercial properties. So we do it with both.
Was that your first business that you've started?
No. First solid company, everything in place, yes. But first go at business, no. I've tried a lot of things and throughout the years, and this was one of the ones that I held on, and I rode it through. There was obviously you had the get rich quick schemes. You had, if I buy this and I sell this, and if I get this from China and I sell it here, and these things did happen from the age of like 18 to 22, where it was, what can I get as products and what, and why the mentality was wrong. It was I was trying to get rich quick. It wasn't a case of I'm seeing it through and building it slowly. It was, no, I wanted to be a millionaire tomorrow. And that was the problem. And that was it.
And so that mentality of trying to get rich quick, and you finally found the whole family aspect of it,
Yeah.
which grounded you?
It grounded me a lot. It was, one of my mentors said something to me. He said, Ghaith, you're trying to run. He said, the old way of doing business, you walk. Because when you run and you fall hard. But if you walk and you fall, you could get back up. So it was a lot of trying very small scale business things. So like I said to you, buying things from China, selling it here, it done very well, but it will do well once and then it would go down. And that's what I realized, it's persistence is the main thing, and you take that slow. You never go all in. And that's the most important things that I see now. And they're not going to be my only two businesses. I'm still looking to open businesses. I'm still looking for investment opportunities. Is anything that's popping up, I'm just like, boom, I sit down, do the numbers, and what I've learned from the past few years, I sit there and go, okay, is it right for me to do, or is it wrong for me to do? So there's been a lot of learning experiences throughout the years, and it's just molded me to be able to look at a business and say, can it work? And it's not just a case of what I know, it's from what other people understand. I speak to a lot of people about it, or people that are in the field. How do you do this? What do you do then? How does this happen? And then what I see myself from other businesses and how they work. And I just put that into place, and would it work? And it's a yes or no, and nothing but that. And that's what's very important to me, is having a clear view. My clear goal is family. My clear goal is for all of us to have a good life and be relaxed and not worry and have financial freedom. At the same time, with that clarity comes, I need to make the right decisions. Where it's not, I'm just thinking about myself anymore and thinking, oh, I want to go to this nightclub tonight, so I have to make this much money, or I want to wear that watch, or I want to have that car. I need to make this about how do I take all 5 of us from this stage to stage 2, and from stage 2 to stage 3, and that's what gives me the clarity in looking for business and investment opportunities.
That's amazing, man. And continuing with your mantra of family, you know, you've opened Wish Lounge.
Yeah.
November?
The doors opened in
Early November?
September the 6th. Yeah.
Sorry, September.
September 6th.
And you opened it with 2 other owners.
Yeah.
So is family for you blood only? Or would you class those around you who helped you open the business and worked with you as family as well?
100% I'll class them as family. When I talk about my immediate family, but then also as a collective group of friends that we are, there I also have a second family. And for that collect group is, I also want the best for them. I also want them to strive at everything that they do. I want them to be the best, and I see us as an image of one. So if we're all doing well, or if one of us at least is doing well, in my eyes we're all doing well. And thankfully we've been very blessed, and as a group of brothers we've been very blessed, and we've all found our strive and what we're very good at. So we're on that same journey where it's how do we excel, and we do sit down as a group and go, 3 years ago, where were we? 4 years ago, where were we? We were just chilling. We were sitting there scratching our heads. What are we gonna do? What is our aim in life? And we all went through it together, where we all found our why, and we all found what we're good at, and that just, and seeing each other do well. And that's the difference with our group. It was never where you'd see from outsiders is there was no jealousy. It made you happy for your brother to be doing well. It made you happy for your best friend to be doing well. It made you so much happy, and it made you strive with them, and it made you want to have your goal with them, and you all want to be there together. You all want to be, like, as an example, you all want to be on that yacht together. You all want to be in that penthouse together. Everything is together. So 100%, there are a few guys around me that I definitely find as family, and we've been together from day one. And it's literally now is when I meet new people, I'll get along with them, but I still sit there and think, he wasn't with me shooting in the gym, bro. Like, we was back there chilling, literally like this, splitting £10, splitting £20, and going, how we gonna have lunch? Like, what we gonna do tonight? Like, we ain't got money to go out, for example. So, and that goes back nearly 10 years now. So we've been through everything together, and 100% I class them as family, 100%.
Amazing, man. And you spoke about, shooting shots and trying to get rich quick, and that kind of moves us on to structure, man.
Yeah.
When did you notice or realize that structure was important for what you want to do regarding business?
What was funny was this. I'll give you a few examples of what we've done in the past, or what I've done in the past. It was like, as soon as the iPhone headphones came out, bought white headphones from China, put them online. Didn't say Apple, but I said white headphones for sale. Then I bought, I think it was about 1,000 of them at 50p. Sold each one at 10, 12, 15 pound. And I was like, yo, I'm doing well. Like, it was selling out on eBay, so I was like, doing well. And I made sure in the description, everything, it just said white headphones, nothing to do with Apple. And I got a letter from Apple saying, you need to take this product down. because of how much we were selling online, it was like, you need to take this product down. I said, okay. So that it was like, okay, it worked once, but then I can't continue it. Then there was another thing, like I bought a container of printers. It was literally, I was literally sitting down on a computer going, how can I make money? I've got like £1,000. What can I do? I was on the auction website, and there was like a container of damaged or repaired printers, and so it was like I forgot what they were called. It was like stock that hasn't sold, or stock that, so when they have a pallet, if one item is damaged, the whole pallet goes for sale. So I bought a whole pallet of a whole container, of printers, and they sat in my mum's dining room for about 8 months. I sold about 3 online. I'm sitting there going, okay, how? What can I do?
Yeah.
So it's the internet's the devil sometimes. Where like you sit there and you go, like, you don't ask how do I make money. Like, you sit there and go, okay, if I do this, I can make money, and then you go deep into it. But then from that same website, for example, I bought a watch for about £600 and I sold it for £3,000. So you'd get your nicks and picks, but it was shooting in the dark, honestly. Yeah. It was literally, if you just see it as you had a gun, each bullet's £1, you just shoot, and you're just hoping to hit something, and then to get something. And then I think that's why now the success of Petrichor is down to building it in 4 years. It was down to, for 3 years, we done no business. I done no business. I was still working in places, and I was still working jobs doing that. Them 3 years, it was getting the websites done, building a clientele list, getting the right insurance in place. How do I build up my trade accounts? Where can I get credit from in terms of building materials? So all these things had to go into place, and then I was sitting with people that had a 25-year running construction business, and we're on the same table, and I hadn't done any business. For example, us being on there, we registered with Construction Link. So Construction Link, you could be subcontracted. So if a big project is taken on, we need the walls painted, we could go in, and then I put my team just on painting the walls. So when we done that with Construction Link, Paul Hemming, he called me in, and he's the owner. So he sat down with me and he said, look, this is a startup. So Construction Link was a startup. And he said, what is your aim in this? And I said, look, I'm trying to subcontract for myself. I want to be the main contractor. I want to be the one bringing the people and saying, I need this painted, and I need these bricks laid, and I need the plumbing done, and I need the electricity done. So he said, look, we could speak on what the plans are, and then he gave me a free membership to it. So he said, look, you're young, you're trying, you've got a few potential contracts coming up. He took me off a subcontract, he put me on the contractors list, and then I would be able to advertise for jobs. So I could literally take on any project after that. And it meant from a project of it just being flat ground and having to be built as a huge 10-story building, I can then execute that. And I didn't need the experience, I could have all the right people in the same place and get that done. And it was a big shock to people when I started bringing them on projects, and they were seeing how young I was. And it was that, but they weren't that big scale projects yet. It was like, just do that bathroom, or just do that hallway, or let's lay some carpet here. But at the same time, it was still, people were shocked on, how old are you? I'm 21. And it's your company? And I said, yeah. And through that, and through marketing, and through online, and through word of mouth, then Hedge Magazine contacted me, and they said, we want to have you in the magazine. So we had our section in Hedge Magazine. From Hedge Magazine, then I got invited to the Salon QP. It was like a watch event where I then networked through people. So they brought me in as a guest, introduced me to everybody, and it was like all the classy and expensive watches that they had and everything else like that. So you had all the I don't know if to call them independent jewelers that were around, and they were mainly bespoke watches and bespoke jewelry. So the crowd I was thrown into, it wasn't, oh, I'm doing my friend's flooring, and it wasn't, oh, I'm getting the kitchen done for a family friend, or it was this person's got a portfolio of £100 million worth of property, and that person's got a portfolio of £20 million worth of property. So when they're asking me, what do you do for a living? I'm saying I'm a contractor. I refurb, I put on the market, I get off market, I do the A to Z in property and construction. And the reason why I can do that is because one of my get rich quick schemes was working at an estate agency. I worked there for a few months, and I thought I knew it all. I thought I learned everything. And then I went and I left them, and then independently sold my first property, and it was at 4.2 million. The commission was 2%. I said, yep, I'm £84,000 richer. Sitting there waiting. Solicitors doing the paperwork. No money comes into me. Contacted why? I had the wrong things on the contract, and that was a big learning lesson. I was like, wow. That was a lesson that I just paid £84,000 to learn it. And it was just a simple mistake. So even if it was £84 that I lost out, it would have been the same lesson. But I'm happy I learned it than learning it afterwards, because it could have been for greater amounts, and it could have been for bigger contracts. So paperwork, contracts, them things had to be put in place, and then I put them in place, and then I was introduced to the right people to do the work. And then where it was, I was in control of the design. Okay, this property's up for rent, and this is the budget. What can you do with it? This is what I expect. And it was me with my will and what I knew, and what I understood in the past 4 years on how can I get it done, and how can I make the most money doing it. It's not necessarily just getting the job done. It was, how do I give the client that satisfaction that it's done to top end, but at the same time me and him are both happy. And I think I was very fair with all my clients. Even we had the contracts in the Museum of London, we had contracts in Museum of Docklands, so we've done government contracts as well as a company. And for us to be recognized where we can get that, that was the point in my life, and I said, okay, you're onto something. Okay, you've got the correct, and when I say structure, I mean you need to start from foundation. Like, if you build a building, and I'm not saying it because I'm talking to construction, but literally, if you build a building with no foundation, it will collapse. So it's getting the foundation correct, it's getting the right paperwork in place, it's getting the right insurance in place, it's making sure your staff know about safety and what shoes to wear and what safety gear to wear for them to be able to work on them sites. So I think putting them things in place, it made us recognized, and I was able to get these contracts that from, I would say, not the December that went, the December last year, that's when everything started to pick up for me. And it just became intense, and it became 18-hour, 20-hour days. And it was work in the daytime on one of my sites, and in the night time we've got a job at the museum. So, and I was there as well. 2 different teams, but the same person running it. And the hustle was there, like, no, I'm not coming out today. I need to go work. And it was literally that. It was like my beard was growing, my hair was growing, and it was grind mode. It was like I went, and that's when I saw what I was gaining from it. That's when I went into the mode of grind. That's it. You've got it.
Yeah.
Do it, and that was it.
And that tireless hustle, man. I was watching a short clip on your Instagram, and it was like you said, I'm a natural born hustler.
Yeah.
Which nicely brings us on to ambition, which is your third mantra.
Yeah.
Getting thrown into the deep end in these like those places that had portfolios for like £100 million, and construction link, like you said, they noticed the ambition that you had, man. Talk to us a little bit more about your ambitions and your ambition as a thing that pushes you forward.
With ambition, it's a good trait for people to have. I don't just judge it upon myself. It's if I'm speaking to somebody and they have the ambition there, I know what they're worth. If I'm sitting down speaking to somebody and they start trying to start a business, and I can see the ambition and I can see the grind, the same grind that I had. If I see that in them, I'm sitting down and I'll talk to them like they're a business owner. Like I would always give them that respect, where it's a case of it's not just something that's being said. You need the drive, you need that push. Like one thing my mom used to always say to me, because there was a point where I was down and I was depressed and everything else like that. It was, my mom used to say to me was, nothing's gonna come to you. You can't sit and wait for anything. It's like, even if you think God's gonna reward you, you're not gonna be rewarded by sitting down. You need to go out there and do something about it. And that's when it became of working different jobs and trying different fields. And it was literally every job I went to in the same cast. What I said was, is I get there and I master it, and it's how do I get to the top. And for example, I worked for Quick Up and they hired me as an order placer. So it was, I'd call up, say, hey, can we get 2 burgers, chips, for the driver to come and pick it up. And so they work on the same basis, like delivery and everything else like that, but they were a bit more manual. That's where I started. A few months later, I'm team leader. A few months later after that, they then given me shares in Quick Up. So that is my aim, is when I go into something, is how do I become the best and the best person at it. And it was, I'm not going to name the company, but a very big company contacted my company and said, we want to subcontract you for this work. And it was a huge project, and it would have been very easy for me to do, but I declined it. And they gave me a very good offer and I declined it, and they said, why? And I said, I don't want to be subcontracted. I want to be the contractor. I want to have that build. I want to be that development. And no money that you're going to wave in front of me is going to change that. It's my ambition is there for me to become that. I can't sell myself short. And and that's the main thing, is never sell yourself short. Know what you're worth. You could have some comfort today from doing it, but then later on down the line, your company's not going to grow as that. So that's very important to me, is knowing your worth, having that ambition, and just pushing and perseverance. It's not going to come to you. You can't go, for example, not that I look like I go to the gym or anything, but you can't go to the gym for one day and expect a result. Or even if you get that little pump here, like 1 day pump and it's gone. But you need to go, you need to eat right, you need to train right, you need to set your days, you then need to organize everything on this day is for that day is for this, I need to do cardio here. And that's the simplest way for me to put it, is if you're going to go to the gym, you have to sit there and organize it. You can't just jump into it and then do it, because you're going to get injured. You can't just go there and go for 1 day and expect you're going to have a six-pack. You have to bit by bit, and that's the ambition, is you want to have that good body, or you just want to be healthy. That's the ambition, or that's your ambition. My ambition is very different to yours. My ambition is, rather than going to the gym, is I sit here every day and it's, how do I improve my company? What is the next steps? What is the 5-year plan? I sit there and look at these things, and it's, what can I do where I make money for investors and I make money for myself, and we're both happy. I'm not going to be greedy. I want everybody around me to be happy. It's never, the thing is, it's never been about the money. Never. It was never about, it was about the status. It was about the respect that you get from, because when you used to speak to my family, and it's also when people used to say to mom, so what's Ghaith doing now? Yeah, he's looking for jobs. He left uni and he's and it was changing that to, well, now what's Ghaith doing? Well, Ghaith does this, Ghaith does that. Yeah. So it's having that there it's never been about, it's literally never been about the money. Don't get me wrong, it comes with it. That's what everybody works for as well. But it's something that I'm good at. It's something that I can do. It's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy, for example, with the Wish, we were all involved in the build. Me, Zana, and Moose, we were all involved in the build. But that's a prime example of taking something that was, it was a warehouse. that had 2 floors in it, and then leaks here, and then the electrical wires hanging everywhere, and then you had to demolish that, and you had to put that down, then you had to redo the structure of this, and then we had to put structural support beams, and then when you walk into it, and it's a beautiful place, and that is what I love, is that transformation, and that goes with any build that I do. Is having that transformation there, and especially with that one, I was doing it with near enough my best friends. So it was enjoyment that I'm doing it with them, and they're seeing how I like the work. And it's even when we're sitting down all together, and people would sit there and go, "Oh wow, you done a really good job." And we sit there and go, "Yeah, when we walked in here, we didn't expect it to be like this." Like we sat there, we didn't expect it to be like this. Or there was points halfway through, we were sitting there going, "I don't see this place opening."
Yeah.
So it's and that goes back down to that. It's that ambition, and it's that push, and it's that. Where then it was, we were all pushing on each other, like we were keeping each other going through it, instead of when it's just on my jobs, it was me trying to keep myself going and me trying to keep my sanity and going, Ghaith, do it. Is I had friends that were like, look, and even there was points where he would want to quit, or he would want to quit, or I don't want to quit, and say, bro, I'm, and it's like, relax, take a couple of days off. Them as well, relax, and then we pushed each other through it, and it was a huge task, and what we done in 4 months, it was massive. So yeah, that's what it goes down to be honest with you.
Yeah, man, and it's beautiful the way you just linked 3 of your mantras: ambition, family, and structure, man.
Yeah.
And like, you spoke about how you transformed Wish into this desolate like warehouse, to this beautiful like. It's quite amazing, really, man. It really is, and guys, like, I really think you should check it out, man. It's amazing, like, it's amazing. And I don't mean to put like a down sharp on it, but it's kind of like a metaphor for your life, isn't it?
100%.
You briefly like touched upon depression. You've had like trouble in the past, and like just like talk to us about that. Like talk to us about how like. You switched your life the same way you switched Wish.
Yeah. Well,
without going into too much.
Well, like we've all had our teenage years. We've all done whatever we've done in our teenage years. We've all made mistakes. I made a mistake when I was younger. I ended up getting a criminal record. My biggest push on having my own business and having my own company and being the boss was exactly this. There was a point I had 0 in my pocket. I didn't even have money to put fuel on my car. Like, I was down and out, gone. And I'm sitting there going, like, what am I gonna do? And I applied for a job as an Amazon courier, like, I think the drivers, where they pick up the boxes and everything else, and then you go drop them off. I applied and they declined me. They said, you got a criminal record. And I was like, this is literally a job that everybody's getting. And I've been told no also. And then that was when it was like, yo, wake up now. Like, now that is your only option. Is you've done your mistakes in the past. You've done what you've done. That's not you anymore. And that's what it literally comes down to. And it comes down to that quote that we were speaking to earlier.
Yeah.
Every great story doesn't have to have a great past. It's literally that's it. You can't judge me off my past. You can't tell me anything about my past or who I was or what I've done. That's there, and it's just transforming that. And that was the biggest thing. And I'm proud of that because that's my story, and I've got something to say. Yes, I done that. I wasn't born with it. Or not that I ever would like take it down on somebody because they were born with it. That's fine. But I'm saying to you, me, I wasn't. It was me. It was my hustle. It was my push. It was my ambition. It was me putting that in place. What created it, and that's what it comes down to when I say to you, result is me sitting there going, this is what I've accomplished. But this is not even the beginning for me. With me, it's so much more. That's it.
Well, you touched on the 4th mantra, really, innit? You touched on it, man. Like, and I guess the question is, really, when will you be satisfied with the result?
Man will never be satisfied. Man will never be satisfied. I'll tell you that honestly. And I don't mean man as in like man. Like I mean, it's a quote. It's a quote. Like as in mankind will never be satisfied. And it goes down to a quote of this: if you give mankind 2 valleys of gold, he will desire a third. But then it's having that under control. So it really sounds like man's loss. But yeah, you would never be satisfied. There's some people that I wouldn't say they're satisfied, they're content with what they have. Like if they have a small family and if they have a home, and to me that is very beautiful to be like that. I would have loved to be like that. But the way my brain is powered is, no, I need it all.
Do you think you'll ever find satisfaction? No.
What I chase in satisfaction, you can never be satisfied. It sounds like very dark, but it's not. But that's my push. My push is there that end goal? Is my push is like, what if Bill Gates stopped at 5 million? I said, yeah, that's it, I've made it. What if Steve Jobs stopped at 10 million? Yeah, that's it, I've made it. I don't even know the owner of Amazon's name. I was trying to think of
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. What if he stopped at 1 billion? And sat there and said, that's enough. No. And even like Bill Gates, he's worth what, 100 billion now. He wants to give 95% to charity. It's not about having that money. It's not about that. It's Warren Buffett he's one of the richest people in the world. And he drives a 7-year-old Cadillac, lives in the same house that he's always lived in. And he spends $5 every morning for breakfast at McDonald's. It's not about the figure is nothing. It's that it's you. I done that. I got there. And I don't think there's ever going to be satisfaction in the case of satisfaction with life and fam. Yes, but I mean where I want to go. You got what's his name? The guy that owns Virgin.
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson trying to go to the moon. You've got what's his name? The guy that owns Tesla.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk trying to go to Mars. Like there is no end.
Yeah.
There is no like.
Once you get to a point,
to a point where I don't even want to be on Earth anymore. I want to go to Mars. It's like how far can there's no glass there's no glass ceiling. When they say sky is the limit, sky is no longer the limit. And
space.
Literally, and it goes down to I used to have a mechanical engineer teacher when I used to do engineering, and the quote that he used to always say to us was, "Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you're among the stars." And literally, me in my life is going to be like, that's where I want to be, and that's like, it might sound so like small to some people. They'll be probably watching this now and going, "This guy's dreaming, thinking he's going to become a billionaire." Or this guy is this. But I'm sorry for what I've achieved in 1 year. I think I can, and I believe I can. And then when Jeff Bezos done that interview when he was sitting there in his garage and he had spray painted Amazon.com on his wall, they were saying the same thing. So it's you have to dream massive. Don't dream big, dream massive, and don't stop dreaming until it's reality. And I think that's what it's gonna be. Whereas your position of that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be.
That's sick, man.
That's the result.
And you know what, like, man, the way your 4 mansions have connected is lit, man. And I guess that's where we end with the 4 mansions, man. There's not much to say. You've said it all. Yeah. So, like, with uniform of other episodes, man, let's hit up. What song? Because I know, like this guy, this guy. Listen, when he's driving, man, don't listen to no drill or nothing. Man's out here with the classicals, Mozarts and them man there, yeah. So hit me, man. What song would you say pushes you or helps you or guides you over time?
That's a massive question. That's a huge question. What song? That's a tough one. Because I've got my feel-good songs where if I'm annoyed, I'll slap it on. Or if whatever. But that song that pushes me...
R. Kelly's cancelled.
Not even. No, I don't know. I don't think that I have a song that's gonna sit there and there's like tunes that will gas you up and you're like whatever, but it'll gas you up in a whole different way. But I don't think there's a song that pushes me. There's movies that I watch to sit there and go
Change the game, hit us.
but they're so cliche. Like they're so cliche.
It's calm.
So Wolf of Wall Street is 100% one of them. Like if you don't, if that doesn't motivate you,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, like you're not gonna do anything with it. Limitless, 100%. But then you've got that news Kevin Hart documentary of don't F this up.
You can swear.
I was gonna say yeah, that one. So you've got that where I was literally just browsing through Netflix, hit the first episode, watching it, and it was like, this guy has drive. Like yeah, he's this funny guy you see on stage, but this guy works for it. And I sat there and I was addicted to it. I just went boom, episode after episode until I finished the whole series in one sitting. And I just got up and I said, yep, that's someone that understands like what's going on here in me. Well, I don't see in other people, but that's someone that understands it. Like who would have thought you would have made that as a comedian? Let's be honest, I wouldn't have thought that. If he's hilarious, but if he came up to me at the beginning and when it shows when he was young, and he said to me, I'm gonna do stand up, come and say, oh shut up man. Get my face. How are you gonna get paid? And now look at him, where he's got his own production team and he's got his own brand, and that's literally right there. That's it. That's where I want to be. That's my result. That's everything. It's there. That his drive. I want that drive. He's got bigger drive than me. And that's why he's where he is. I want that drive. And then that's it. But music-wise, just relax. Get on the old school. That's it. That's me in my zone. That winds me down. That's it.
Sick, man.
Yeah?
Book. Any book that you read or that you've read?
I'm not a big I'm so dyslexic. I can't read. Like I'm sitting there going, even in my head going. But I listened to the audiobook of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that is, if anybody's looking for inspiration, anybody needs that push, that's somewhere to start. It's once you read that, and it's the difference of both worlds, and it's broken down where you could understand it and where success lies. And it's not just about financials, it's literally about work ethic. And that's it. That was a huge one for me as well. Once I listened to that book, I was like, yo, sounds weird me saying I listened to that book, but once I listened to that, like listen to the audio book, I was like, yo, it woke me up big time. And then I'll always reference back to it. 100% always reference back to it. And that's it.
Wavy, man. Ghaith, last but not least, I want you to look into the camera and I want you to say your message to the world, man.
Whatever you're doing, do it at your best and keep pushing. There's people that are successful in anything. Success doesn't only lie in money. Do what you love and do it to your best ability, and do what you're good at, and you'll get there. That's it.
Ghaith, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, man.
Bro, this has been Sit Down. We're about to stand up. Told you.
I've got the fattest crampy. I haven't been moving the whole
Told
time.
you.
40 minutes, yeah?
Told
14
you. I told you once you're in it. One take, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.